I feel like at this point I'm just rambling on, and I don't know what's going on.
So I just recently made a video about sloppy guitar playing, and I was using Jimmy Page as an example. Some people disagreed and said that he isn't sloppy, while others were like, yeah, duh. But as I was talking to the people that were commenting, something was brought to my attention. Most of them were saying that the reason he was more sloppy at times, especially his live playing, was because he was hammered drunk, among many other things, I'm sure. Now, these conversations got me thinking about another topic. What are the effects of being under the influence while playing guitar? Now, I would be lying to you if I said I've never done this before. I have an idea of what happens, but this time I'm going to document it and test a few different things out, such as how my performance is the more I drink, as well as my dexterity and feel with my playing. To test my dexterity, I will play a very short fingerstyle acoustic piece that I wrote, as well as a guitar solo cover of Livin' Lovin' Made by Zeppelin. I'll start off playing completely sober, then I'll add 2 to 3 drinks the first time, then a little bit more the second time, so on and so forth until I'm drunk. Now, I'm also going to be testing how I approach my own guitar solos the more I drink. So I'll play over a backing track and see how my playing changes for the better or worse. Before I get started, I do not condone any drinking behaviors, especially if you're under the age of 21, but if you are of age, make sure you drink responsibly and stay safe. Yeah. So let's start off by being boring and playing sober.
All right, that was a bit of a fail.
So I just listened to everything I was playing last night, and the results seemed to kind of be all over the place. But the one thing that did seem pretty consistent though was my buzzin' playing when I had, I think, 5 drinks. I think my playing there was actually better than my sober playing with the acoustic, fingerstyle piece, and the solo cover of the Zeppelin tune. But that's probably because I was loose and feeling it more. Now, the acoustic finger picking was actually a lot harder to play right, so the more I drank, it felt like my fingers were laggy, if that makes sense. But the electric playing did seem to stay somewhat in the same realm. It definitely didn't help that I couldn't play the End of Livin' Lovin' Maid solo sober for some reason, but as the drinks increased, it seemed to kind of loosen up a little bit, and then the more drinks I had, it got a little more sloppy and it was a little off time. I also should have picked a harder solo to play or one that was much faster, but maybe next time. Now for the improvisation, I really wasn't a fan of any of the solos I did, even sober, but I did see a difference in how I approach a solo when I'm drunk, and I actually kind of liked it. Now I only did one take for each to really see how my playing changes, so I didn't keep playing something until I liked it. It was whatever I played in that moment to get the most out of the experiment. Now there is a few things to keep in mind. I was playing the same stuff for pretty much 4 hours straight, so even though I was drinking, I was consistently playing. I think if I just played everything sober, then took a break for 4 hours and got loaded and came back, this would have been a completely different scenario. I think it would have sounded much worse, but the fact that I was drinking and playing at the same time sort of helped me out a little bit. So my takeaway from this is that I think it's good to know your limits, especially if you play live, because the last thing you want to do is get absolutely wrecked on stage and mess up your performance. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. Let me know down in the comments what your take is on drinking and playing guitar, and maybe sometime in the future I will do a follow-up video on this subject. So thanks for watching. I'm gonna go take a really long nap, and as always, keep on playing. Oh God.